What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are going to be taking a look at the top 10 expensive skins that you can buy in CSGO right now as of June 2015. So before we get into this, I just wanted to point out a few things. Number one is that this is average prices, which means that it's based upon ones that have already sold, not just ones that are currently on the market or ones that are on the market for really low prices. This price check is ones that have already sold on the market. And another thing is that this is what is selling as of this week. Obviously a week from now this list could be completely different. The market fluctuates so often that this is just what happens this week. So I thought I would point that out to you guys because, like I said, in a week's time one of these skins might be worth $200 more or $200 less. It's just what this market is at this point. And the last thing is that this is just a rough price check of these items. All of these items could be worth a little bit more, could be worth a little bit less. Like I said before, the market fluctuates so much that these prices are not 100% accurate. Like I said, it's just what's going on this week in the market, and it's what CSGO analysis has told us about this week's market trend. So kicking things off at number 10, we have the AWP Pink DD Pat Souvenir Edition. Now this was added on July the 1st, 2014, and it was added to the Overpass collection. And for the factory new edition of this souvenir, you're going to be set back about $230. So it is rather expensive. Personally, I don't like the look of it, but you know, everyone's for their own, and I'm guessing it's pretty rare because there isn't any in the marketplace. So that is number 10. So coming in at number 9, we have the souvenir edition of the Nuclear Threat Tech 9. Now this skin was added on the 14th of August 2013 to the Nuke collection, and it's going to set you back about $235 for the factory new edition of the skin. So it is pretty rare to get it because there's not any on the marketplace, but I think it looks like a fantastic skin. So yeah, that's number 9. So coming in at number 8, we have the souvenir edition of the Nuclear Threat for the P250. This obviously is the same. It was added on the 14th of August 2013 to the Nuke collection, and for the factory new edition it's going to cost you around about $240. So it's a little bit more expensive than the Tech 9 version, but I'm guessing that's because the 250 is a more of a popular gun than the Tech 9. So that is coming in at number 8, guys. So guys, coming in at number 7, we have one of the more interesting skins that's been added to CSGO recently, and that is the AUG Akihabara Accept. I'm not quite sure whether I said that right, but that's the best that I can do, so I do apologise about that. Now this skin was added on the 26th of May 2015 to the Rising Sun collection, and for the factory new edition of this gun it's going to set you back around $400. Now one thing to note with this skin is that it's so unique, the price range from it is fluctuating all the time, so I would not take $400 set in stone. I would leave a lot of marginal error for that price range, but just for this week these guys are selling for $400 for the factory new edition. But like I said, next week this could go back down to maybe $100, something like that. So you know, just take that guide with, you know, a pinch of salt because it is changing all the time. So coming in at number 6, we have the souvenir edition of the Masterpiece for the M4A1S. Now this skin was added on the 1st of July 2014 to the Overpass collection, and it was actually kind of a difficult gun to find a price range for. All I could find for the well-worn edition was $400. I couldn't actually find one for the field-tested or minimal wear editions of the souvenir, so that's something to bear in mind, and I'm not actually quite sure whether there is even a factory new edition out there. If there is, they are so rare that there isn't even any internet records on it, and that's quite big. But for the well-worn edition it's going to set you back at least $400, so you know for a fact that minimal wear and field tested, and if there is a factory new one, that it's going to be over $400. Now if you want the non-StatTrack version of this gun, you can get it in factory new, and it's going to set you back around $263, so it is more affordable. Obviously you've just got the stickers and the fact that it's a souvenir on it that bumps the price up by at least half. So coming in at number 5, it is the gun that we all know and love. It is the M4A4 Howl, and it was added on the 1st of May 2014 as part of the Huntsman case. However, we all know that it has now been removed from the game. quote unquote, because the artwork was copyright, so Valve had to remove it, and I believe it was replaced by the Desert Strike. Now obviously this gun is still in circulation, and for the factory new edition of this gun it is going to cost you roughly $540. So it is rather expensive, but the price of this gun is going down quite significantly, but it's still a fantastic looking gun nonetheless. So that is number 5. So coming in at number 4, it is everybody's favourite AK-47 Fire Serpent. Now this skin was added on the 19th of September 2013 to the Operation Bravo case, and for a factory new edition of this skin it's going to cost you around about $800. Now like I said, take that with a pinch of salt, because that price range for this specific gun is changing quite rapidly with the release of new cases, so I might not see it at $800 in the coming months. It might be more, it might be less, but the current price range for it is $800 nonetheless. So coming in at number 3, we have the M4A1S Night Souvenir Edition. This was added on the 1st of July 2014, originally to the Cobblestone Collection. Now the Souvenir Edition of this skin is so rare, for a factory new edition of it, it's going to set you back around $1,000. So yeah, it is pretty expensive. But for the non-Souvenir Edition, it is going to set you back around $250. So it is considerably less expensive, but we all know what they're used for anyway, so that's probably why the price is just so ridiculous in the first place. So that is number 3. So coming in at number 2, we have one of the newest skins to be added to CSGO, and that is the AWP Medusa, and this was added on the 26th of May 2015, and it was added to the Gods and Monsters collection. Now this skin is so rare, for the factory new edition it is going to set you back around $2,250. So yeah, it is pretty expensive, but it does look absolutely fantastic. So that is number 2. So of course, coming in at number 1, it's the one, it's the only, it's the AWP Dragonlaw. Now this skin was originally added on the 1st of July 2014, originally to the Cobblestone Collection, and for the factory new Souvenir Edition of the skin, it's going to set you back around $10,000. So yeah, it's pretty expensive, and for the non-souvenir edition it is still going to set you back around $2,500 to $3,000. So guys, that was this week's top 10 most expensive skins that you guys can go out and buy with your hard-earned cash. But like I said at the beginning of this video, these are just placeholder price tags. These can fluctuate both up and down in the coming weeks, so don't take them as a set in stone price for these skins, because they could be completely wrong. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button down below, it helps me out so much, and I will hopefully see you all in the next one.